Welcome to Rise Africa. Welcome to the first episode for the month of December. Pretty exciting, isn't it? The final month of the year, the 12th month of the year. Well, there's so much to talk about. But I guess you know that I am Chichi Nwabo, your regular host. Did I say that? And then, of course, I have Mark Anthony Boye with me as usual.
Great to be with every one of you right here on the African Broadcasting Network. It's Arise Africa yet again, and it's December. Chichi, it's December. December.
Beautiful month. Like we talked about it last week.
Yeah. You know,
we were anticipating
whilst we were there.
Month.
You know, when we're talking about it, we're like, okay, it's coming, and now it's here. Like everybody's saying. I think some days ago, I had a conversation in the bus when I was coming, and everybody was like, December, oh rice, oh this, oh this, oh that. I'm like, where now they see this money?
Please, in case you're thinking of who to give all the rice and all the package that you have, just remember I'm right here. We all need the package.
Just send us something like that kind of just Webi it.
And of course, we also would weigh bill to other people, like you said, weigh being quotes, to other people.
You sent to me and I sent to you.
Exactly.
And yeah, another thing sharing. That it's a good thing is the fact that Mama is trying to put up something as well this season too for people. And I think that one is something that we really look forward to for Mama Helen and you.
We actually got Mama Helen and you. Actually has a surprise package. It's that Mama Helen and You Christmas surprise, and it's going to be on Mama Helen and You program. It's going to be an exciting one. You don't know what to expect, but I tell you, Mama Helen never disappoints.
No, she doesn't.
It's going to. I'm just looking forward to it.
And it's a good one because what you have to do is simple. Just someone that is in need, just do something for that person by nominating the person, sending their details to us at ABN TV Africa, and then there are numbers as well that we'll put later on the screen for you to reach out to us to make sure this person needs this season. Be a help. Most of the time, it doesn't really need to be about you a lot of the time, and that's what Mama is trying to.
And that is why I really like this particular concept, because now you're not nominating yourself. Now you're not talking about your problem. I think that's selflessness. Forgetting about what you are going through. And talking about nominating someone else. Bringing someone else's issues, and so that the person can be helped. And that's beautiful, and that's the spirit of Christmas. Well, we can go on and on. We've got so much as usual on the show, so we're going to go straight to the first segment, and that is newspaper review. You've got to know what's been happening and what's been trending in Nigeria on the papers, or according to our papers in Nigeria.
And I think the first one there is I think our guys at the studio always help us. Sunday Punch. And it's COVID-19 new variant. I think this is one crazy scare right now, and we're already out of time. So ban travels from South Africa, others virologist tell FG. And that's the reason page 3. And then it says, delayed response dangerous, will allow Omicron variant spread in Nigeria. This is very, very serious. FG monitoring developments. UK, US, EU ban Southern African flights. Travel restrictions draconian, misdirected, will hurt economy. That's South Africa government saying that. That's the reason page 3 of the Sunday Punch. So move over to.
So we'll move over to the
Monday.
Next paper for Monday. And that is The Guardian. And the major header there says, Omicron, return of travel bans, dampen oil future, air travel. Oil dips for 5 consecutive weeks over fresh COVID-19 concerns. Uncertainty over OPEC plus approach to I've got to see more of it on the right-hand side. Okay, so oil dips for 5 consecutive weeks over fresh COVID-19 concerns. Uncertainty over OPEC plus approach up to January output.
Yeah.
About 400 UK, US, December South African flights affected. Really bad. Air Peace SSA await federal government's decision. Indonesia bans arrivals from Nigeria, 7 other African countries. Sometimes you're so quick to ban.
Go. Yeah, everybody
just
wants
wondering, like,
and you
I
know,
mean, we just have probably a few announcements of cases.
Cases,
and
exactly, and
really
exactly. And one thing that comes to mind is they leave those areas where the thing is really like, let's say, red alert areas, and then they come to Africa. Africa doesn't even have a lot of all these cases, but then
it says WHO decries imposition of travel bans on African countries.
Exactly,
you see, that's what we're saying.
Exactly.
Urges government to follow science, international health
regulations. All right, we'll move over to Tuesday.
It's in place. It's the right thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Wonder, like,
definitely. Because everybody just wants to, Africa
Nigeria?
Every time. Yeah, it's over. All right, we'll move over to
the concern is probably they think medical, or medical sector
is not doing a lot to actually check these things. I think you have a point there, though. You have a point there. All right, we'll move over to the Tribune for Tuesday, and then it says the same issue as, I think that's what is recurring over the week. And COVID-19 Omicron variant, FG puts Nigerians on a lot. Canada detects first cases from 2 travelers from Nigeria. That's serious. Ayade suspends 2021 Calabar Carnival. Wow.
When I heard the announcement about Calabar Carnival, I was very excited. I was like, okay, everything is going back to normal.
Yeah.
But this Omicron
just changed.
Scare.
Yeah, and I think the reason why it's really connected to Nigeria is the fact that I think it was detected in South Africa, and we have a lot of persons. Nigerians are really moving from South Africa back then and all. And so I just pray God help us, and we'll definitely get out of this. All right, and Omicron poses high global risk. WHO life job becoming difficult for the unvaccinated. What to know? All right, and then that story is in page 4 and 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. And then I think there's this picture there. I just feel we should just go through that. 200 residents lament as FHA demolishes houses in Lagos. That story
I think
is
I saw
page
the story
30.
And one was in Festac Town.
Yeah.
And then I felt so terrible.
I don't know why. I think we have to actually check and do more research. I think the reason why most of these things are happening is because they are checking out stuff with the recent issues of collapse and all that. So now they're actually doing testing and actually finding out. And then there are some too that are in wrong areas as well. So the government is working, but then it's not really easy though.
There are many things. Like, I'm just wondering if I had to put in money into an estate, like I want to get a house in an estate. Now I don't have to just look at it's a popular place or there's still so many things to look at. So things are changing when it comes to housing in Nigeria. So let's keep moving.
All right, move over to Wednesday.
We've got this day for Wednesday that says Lagos white paper rips apart. Panels report on hashtag and SARS. Accepts 11 of 32 recommendations, reject 1, agrees on 6 with modifications, sends 14 to federal government. The inconsistencies and contradictions in the entire GPI report concerning the number of persons who died at LIG on 20th October 2020 and their cause of death rendered the JPI's findings and conclusions as totally variable.
I think
Please,
that's
studio, you've got to make it a bit bold, like
I
make
think
it louder,
we cannot really do that.
And therefore unacceptable. Yes, and Saulu will bring closure to the painful episode. All right, so that's basically what we're going to take on Wednesday, this day, newspapers?
All right, we'll move over to Thursday. Yeah. Daily Sun for Thursday. And then we see there as well COVID-19. I think that's what we've been hearing all through the week. So we thought we were actually done.
You know, that's why some would say, please just turn off the TV.
Exactly.
So you don't get scared. But please don't turn off your TV.
Yeah.
All right.
So FG confirms Omicron in Nigeria, bars unvaccinated workers. That's serious. South Africa criticizes travel ban. That story is in page 6. And then at the top of that, you see Ohaneze to meet over leadership crisis in youth wing. That story is in page 28. Then court moves forward IPOB leaders hearing to today. Now it's Thursday. And that story as well is in page 6 of the Daily Sun. And then it says out of court settlements premature, not yet on table. That's Malami saying that. So there's no form. All right, so we'll move over to today.
So let's check out the Punch newspapers for today, Friday. And it's also on COVID-19. Oh my. Omicron, states resume testing, demand funds, variant spreads to 23 countries. Vaccine hesitancy, funding of molecular labs, major challenges, says Cross River. Low vaccination drive in Nigeria's rural areas, fueling transmission, says WHO. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspapers. And you've got up there pretty interesting story. Borno, Osun, Kogi lead dirtier states. He says clean up Nigeria. I believe clean up Nigeria should be an Nigeria or something. The story is on page 21. A few weeks ago we talked about cleaning of our cities. I remember when we wanted to talk about the topic, some were thinking like, what is this? But the truth is it's right here with us.
It's important.
A lot of cities
are we really sure
in our country are dirty.
Kogi? Data is quite okay. Well, anyways, let's move on.
And there's this reps invite our neck over funding challenge for direct primaries. Page 7. We're concerned about this because it's all about election. So,
all right, there's a very funny one there. Buhari won't sign Electoral Act amendments. APC plots rigging. That's Wike accusing the
story is on page 14.
All right, we move over to the next one. Yeah. You know, everybody always have something to say when they are not in charge. All right, and then we move over to The Guardian for today. And then it says 31 million PLWDs suffer as 23 states neglect disability rights. MDAs yet to instability. Yeah, no, I think this is actually a good one because everyone should really look towards this. Even most of the buildings that have been built, they do that without even having people with disability in mind. So most of the time, the person that's using crutches and all that, or probably using a wheelchair, we should always have them in mind because we have them around. So there's nothing we can really do about that. I think we should move over to the next paper immediately.
Okay, so very quickly, we have the Nigerian Tribune for today, and it says bandits attacks, 10 students killed, 780 abducted and 61 in captivity. Amnesty International. Escalating attacks targeting children endanger right to education. The story is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Buhari Atiku Tinubu mourn as Joseph Wise dies at 80. That was the former Senate president. Be by your side. LASU students tell Sanwo-Olu. Stories on page 29. And how lawmakers aids use own companies to obtain government contracts. ICPC report, page 25. Well, you know that Nigerians always always finding ways to make money. They're like, whatever position I am, that's what they would say. I mean, that's what I've heard from Nigerians. Like, I'll use it to make money now.
Yeah.
You know,
and not until we get rid of that.
It isn't something strange.
Not until we get rid of that mentality where I say that a lot. Not until we get to the point where that average Nigerian, the average man on the street, don't say, even if na me self, I go still do, I go still chop. Not be say I no go chop, the way we say it in Warri. No, you are not supposed to chop. You are there to serve the people. And I think our politicians are not really giving us the right, will I say, they are not being the right role model actually to follow when it comes to this. And so you don't even blame the average man on the street that wants to do this, because that's what you see from the top. So it's a bad one anyway.
So we have the final,
I think the final paper, we move over to the last paper for today, and it is This Day newspaper, and it says, despite emergency oil releases, Omicron fears OPEC sticks to 400,000 barrel per day supply hike. Nigeria gets 1.683 million barrel per day January quarter, and then receives December 17 deadline to submit compliance plan. All right, and then go down. You say LASU students activists to join Sanwo-Olu in Lagos peace walk. I feel these are just. I really don't want to comment on this, because the Lagos peace walk was said by the governor of Lagos State wanting to have a bit of a harmonization between the entire people, the youth, everybody, and that they should join in.
Actually spoken out.
Yeah, a lot of them said they are not working with him in many ways, because
for a lot of entertainers.
Yes. You know why? Because last, I think when they were trying to do the 1 year anniversary memorial, they did the drive-through, and people were still arrested yet again. And so someone was saying, "Oh, governor, you want me to be flogged? That's why you want me to come and work with you." And I'm not doing that, because we've tried peaceful protesting, peaceful walk. Police comes in and arrests people, so probably that's what is going to be happening again. But then I think that's the size we can take for the newspaper review today. And yeah, when we return, we'll go into the virtual streets immediately. Just stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Arise Africa. And like we said before we left, it's about time to go to the virtual street, like Chichi likes to call it.
We always want to hear what people are saying. I mean, you don't have to go all over Nigeria. We don't have to go over Nigeria to get to hear.
No. Just all we have to check it up online. Go on. But funny enough, this week was a whole lot. There's a lot of stuff that happened, because there's this NSAS stuff that we're just talking about now and all, but that's not our focus. And today we're going to Kaduna State government has said, that's the governor of Kaduna State says they're going to be sacking about 233 teachers who presented forged certificates to get their jobs, and that's what that was sort of posted. And then he said, now one thing is, I think you can see the story there. Now one thing is the fact that the team, they're saying now that, okay, these guys are going to be tried, they're going to be shamed publicly, and then probably take their name to EFCC, they'll be tried. So many stuff is going to be happening to them, and then it got Nigeria talking as usual. And then a lot of persons has this to say.
Okay, so let's
get the
people are saying in response to this particular story that's been put out. Tre Sianeji says, I blame you guys for not doing a proper verification of information submitted by them before issuing them the appointment letters. Now, na fault, people.
And I think
the meaning of information submitted by them before issuing them?
I think yeah, before you issue them. And then it says, Pretty Yen Ni 01 says, if Mr. President can forge his school certificate, okay, although those are alleged, we cannot say that. But just to be in the position, why wouldn't citizens forge certificate to get food on their table?
Fleetbit 2021 says, that's why the quality of education is so bad. You'll see a teacher that cannot write, speak well, and yet teaching. They should let them go honestly. We must be serious in this country.
All right, it says, I think we'll skip that. We'll skip this one. We'll go to PJ Eternity. It says, the sins of the father are replicated to the sons, corruption in every facet. I pity this country.
Eruno, sir. What about politicians with fake certificates?
Yeah, okay. I think there's so much to be done in this country. Events and services, EA Events and Services says, Oga, we are not coming down there to teach you guys. So love the teachers you have. I appreciate them for their effort because at least they want to even impact knowledge. Let's give them that. I think let's move on. I think we can go. Okay,
okay. We have down further. It says, why would someone use fake certificates for teaching job? I support this decision, Your Excellency.
Now, I think Onyuti says, so verification wasn't done before the employment. I think this is where the issue actually is. I don't think we'll be able to take all the remaining comments, but Chichi, I want us to actually talk about this. Now, how will someone that is supposed to be teaching somebody use a forged result? What exactly is he or she going to be teaching? That means you do not have a proper knowledge of what you are doing there. Yeah, you get to my point. So when we complain these days that, oh, this generation have big graduates and all that and all that, so this is part of the issue. And then I think there was a comment too that I saw. I think we could not get that now. Is the fact that someone was saying that when you are doing this,
yes,
as at the time when these people were maybe cleared and all this kind of stuff, so are you going to sack those people that actually vetted their results and all these things? Okay, will you go back and sack those ones for doing a wrong job as well?
I can't say I know the process, how they do
no, obviously we don't.
But I've got to say this. I remember somebody who brought on the show was talking about the systems that he used to employ
people in.
I mean, most of them are actually agreed upon by the politicians, so they're actually sent by the politicians.
Yeah.
They go through a process that's not really directly because of merit.
True.
So a lot of times the wrong people
get the job.
The different civil service professions, different teaching, you know, and it's so, just imagine, and it's so painful because these are the people to teach our children and they themselves are not even qualified to do so. So when you talk about the standard of education, what are you expecting?
Exactly.
It's definitely going to fall because it's what they have. Now we don't know the kind of certificates. Maybe they don't have. Maybe they don't have
even WAEC or something.
Maybe they don't have requirements.
Anyways,
I guess
I think we are out of time. But the last social media buzz, I think we'll just talk about it. We might not go through the comments. Say, I speak Omo Iya Eleja Tutu says, I speak 15% English, 25% Pidgin, 60% Yoruba. What about you, Chichi?
Very funny.
What about you? Champagne Bay says 15% English, 80% Pidgin, 5% Igbo. Me, only English and Pidgin. No?
You don't speak your native dialect.
I don't know. I know it. I know Shakiri. I can hear.
Because of you, I'm going to get somebody and do the topic.
Okay, we'll do this. We'll do this. Yes. All right. So I think this one we can.
Immortal Boy, MD, gather here. Let's be reading comments. He just want to be reading comments because he doesn't have to speak his native.
You know exactly. It's like me. And then
I speak 99% English and
1% Pidgin. Some persons are like that, but then the native one, it's, I think that's why most persons are actually asking this question. Those farms says 95% Igbo. So those persons that are able to actually speak their dialect, I think kudos to you guys. It's a good one. People like Chichi, not like us. So we don't have.
You want me to change it for you now? Don't encourage me.
Okay, all right, no problem. That's all we can take for social media. But when we return, it's all about what we are talking about today, the crux of the matter, like Chichi called it, the crux of the matter. All right, Africa, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
back to Arise Africa. We've come to the crux of the matter, just like we told you before the break. And, you know, we will talk about something that is, would I say something we talk about every day in our homes? I know we all want the best for our children. I know that, you know, from the conversations we have every day, we want the best for our children. But when it comes to career, there is always this dilemma. Do we allow our children to choose what they want, or do we ensure they do what we want in terms of career? Well, today to answer that question, we have a guest, Engineer Ajibola Oluwafemi, to talk about the topic, the role of parents in a child's career choice. It's good to have you in the studio. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, welcome. Sir. Welcome to this.
Good morning, viewers.
All right. So, sir, concerning this issue on ground, so first things first, let's find out what is career choice. Okay. What will you, because we're talking about the role of parents in career choice. So, what is career choice? First of all, then we'll know how does the parent come in as well. All right, go on, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah. Morning.
Good morning.
Like we know, career could be likely to what one plan, a child plan to do, maybe to study or to learn, to make a living afterward.
Afterwards,
yes.
Absolutely. So who's a parent?
A parent, that is actually a clause in that area.
Yeah.
Because actually a parent is more than a father or a mother.
Okay.
Because somebody has given birth to you doesn't mean the person is your parent.
Okay.
It could be foster parent, it could be adoptive, it could be biological parent.
Okay.
A parent actually means a caregiver.
Okay. According
to the word of God, it means a caretaker. That it would be a better street word to use.
Okay.
Caretaker. If you use like a caretaker of a house, God give you a child to take care
of.
So you only have little right.
Yes.
You still need to meet the master plan, the God, to give you the direction where the child should go. So parent is just a caretaker or caregiver.
Someone who looks after the child, who has a responsibility of taking care of the child. Awesome. And you know, talking about the topic, you know, let's before we go into the crux of the whole thing, generally speaking, what's the importance of parents in a child's education? We're not talking about just career now, you know, because I think there have been a lot of cases where lapses have been mentioned. We say the parents are not doing their responsibility. Best, but how do they know what their responsibility is?
Actually, we'll still go back to the master plan, which is God. If you do so many references inside the Bible, where it mentioned that children had heritage, they are gift. Are you getting? They are gift. If God has given you a gift, and there's some gift, you need to go back to the person that has given you the gift.
Okay.
Please. There was a video on the social media. A guy in abroad sent a wine home to his parents. And this wine that has this cork, they removed the top. They don't know how to open it. So they now carry knife and started cutting. They cut.
That's very funny.
And the bottle scattered.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is how a child is. Actually, before conception, if you've married, you're supposed to have a direction.
Okay.
Go and meet God. This, I'm expectant. This baby, what is the direction? It's not when the baby is born or he has gone to be a teenage or secondary school, you started looking for direction. If you look at Jesus as our author and the believer of our faith, before Mary was born, angel told, this is the direction.
So if we're really listening,
if we are really listening,
looking to find,
most of the time, If a woman is pregnant, is busy looking for clothes,
baby clothes,
sex, all those things, where to give birth, how to travel abroad and give birth. Yeah. Whereas the direction, most of the time, that is when the communication of the direction of the child should be received. Let me give you an instance. Olden days, before we have this, the missionary and the gospel coming to us, apart from Bible, if a child is born, then they will go to the all these the traditional priest.
Yeah,
they will go and check why, where, and what will this child, what will we be? Okay. Is he a farmer or a hunter? What is the direction? But nowadays, we leave everything for teachers. You saw an example. Example on where the governor of our state is saying, yes, he's saying the teachers, over 233 came with forged certificate. How will you allow such people to now be in charge of your own child, to give direction where the child should go?
Okay. Okay.
So that has been the major problem.
Okay, so you're telling us your perspective as a parent.
Yes.
You know, so a parent is saying to us today that you've got to, when you have your children, it's beyond just, you're just looking at your children. You've also got to go to the maker, the one who created the child, to find out what is the purpose of this child.
Yes,
does it include, with the maker also tell you, what is the career the child is going to have?
That is the direction. It is the real direction. Let me give you also an instance. There's an issue, Luke chapter 2. From Luke 2:40, it told us that Jesus grew in spirit. That means that he has gotten that contact with the spirit, mature spirit. Then they went to Jerusalem for sacrifice. Then after the sacrifice, after the festival, they started looking for Jesus. The parents, on their way back to Nazareth, they now realized that this baby is not here. They went back looking for him. When they got to the synagogue, after 3 days, they saw him among the teachers.
Yeah.
They were shocked. We've been looking for you for 3 days. What are you doing here? You are not supposed to be here. He said, this is my father's business. Why are you disturbing me? You're supposed to know. You're supposed to know. You see, the parent, if actually you have that communication with the spirit during pregnancy, after giving birth, you're supposed to know the direction that child will go. And when that child is going to that direction, according to the Proverb 22, there's a train up a child in the way it should go. Not that hold up the baby's hand or something, the dragging him, force things on him, just show him the way he should go.
Okay, let me come in here.
Okay, ma.
Let me come in here. Like you said, in the way he should go.
Yeah.
So now, do you think that a parent should compel a child to choose the career he wants? Because you may have heard from God in the way, and then the child says, no. I don't want it. This one, because a typical example is, it's a friend of mine who said he wanted another career, looking at, sometimes as adults we've looked at the future, we've looked at, okay, maybe cyber security is the thing of the moment, the internet and the rest of them, but your child wants to do public administration, while you want the child to go cyber security or something more contemporary. So do you compel the child to do that? How should a parent influence the child?
How do you now show him the way you want him to go in this kind of scenario?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma. Like I said in Proverbs 22:6, train up the way it should go.
Okay.
If you train the way, okay, like you now give the way, is this direction. And even from the child, you'll be able to know. Okay. There won't be any conflict, because you've already trained up the child, either formal or informal education, on the direction. It's your own to look. You can just say, the way things are going, I think science might be the trend of the future. And you keep watching the reaction where the child will be. It's not that you will not come and force, say you must be a medical doctor. Like my first daughter, there is a family friend that used to come. This your daughter will be a medical doctor. And anytime he's saying, my spirit always saying, no, she's not a medical doctor. It's a confirmation for my spirit. But along the line, the girl went pharmacy.
So how did it happen?
Okay, how did it happen was that I knew she would go science side. Even when the school was saying, she's our best debate person, she must be a lawyer. The word has gone past that the person that can talk most is a lawyer. It could be a broadcaster. Yeah. Scientists are talking more now.
Yes.
It could be a preacher. So just because he's the best debater in your school doesn't make her a lawyer. So I stopped them, please, don't change her. Let her pick a direction. So one of these days, I have been praying about his God. Which direction? I'm an engineer. I want this girl to be an engineer. She's DJAM. She passed engineering course, but somehow or the other, she didn't get the admission. That is why I now pause, say, God, take control. Then I started praying. Then one day, I met a guy along my street. He's a nurse. There is a senior sister, is a medical doctor. And I said, this will be a good mentor for my kids. I have 4. So I gathered them in my sitting room. I brought this guy. I said, please, I want you to just talk to them so that I believe if you talk, they will get direction where they should go. He was talking to them. I was just coming in and going out, going in and going out. To date, I didn't know what was their discussion. But at the end of the day, I got in. They were all excited, shouting, Daddy, Daddy, I've gotten what I will do. Some say, pharmacy, I'll be a medical doctor, I'll be a nurse. I say, God, I just knelt and say, thank you, God. Don't be in a position to force them. But you can know direction. That you are meant for science. You are meant for heart. It's just direction.
So what I got from here is that it has to be an active, like you
have to follow up,
yes,
as well. You know, I wanted to say that now this is for you.
Yes.
This is your personal experience you get, and it's a beautiful one. Yes. Because now we will find out that a lot of parents will not go through this. Yes. They might want to say, for example, when she failed when she couldn't get the admission, we could just say, no, we go again. It must be an engineer. I am an engineer, so you could be an engineer. But then you're able to put these things together. So what actually, will I say, brought you to that point of making these decisions timely like this? Because most of the time, and then also to parents out there, a lot of persons still want to force. I know what Chichi has been asking, like a lot of parents still want to force their children. So what probably will you say to them right now? Like, okay, yes, there's going to the maker and all that, but then we need practical steps that they can follow to make sure that these children do not go away probably in a certain way, something totally different.
If I can get your point, I would like to say bond with them more.
Okay.
Spend time with them. Check their books. Relate with them. Communicate more with them. And with God. God is still the ultimate. You are just a caregiver. Caregiver, you are just a caretaker. God is the ultimate. It's only God that can show the direction. There is nothing impossible for God to do. Nothing is new to God.
Okay.
There are some new courses that will come next year. That is not even new to God. That God is the creator of all these things.
Okay.
Just relate with God. That is the way I got my own. I have a good relationship with my spirit, and I keep talking to God. Because that point is a very confusing point for parents. And many problems we have in this country is as a result of that. Kids doing wrong courses.
Exactly. What are some of the effects? What are some of the consequences of children doing wrong
They become
things?
stubborn, rebellious. So you as a parent, you won't be able to control them. And they are also rebellious to the country. And if a home is lost, the country is lost. Family is the foundation of a good country. So if you cannot control them, that is if you force them to do what is not from inside them, even what is from inside them, it will still come to a point that they will have a confrontation, they will have a challenges in the course, they want to give up.
And apart from that, their economic well-being as well. Because if you go into something that does not suitable for you, you don't even know. There are people I've seen who have come out of school, they say,
what I studied is not what I want to do.
They throw away the certificate one place.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they're starting all over again. Not that it's too late to do so, but sometimes it's better to do what you're, good, or what you're meant to do. I remember, I'll bring this in. I've told you the story before of when I was younger, when I was about to do my SSE, whatever, my, what do they call it? Senior secondary. It's been so long. And then I was contemplating. My uncle came and said, do geology, because I was doing a combination of the science. I don't know whether it's workable these days, but I was doing a combination of the sciences and arts courses as well. And then my father said, do English. I like you. I like the way you sound. And then my mother said, you see those people on TV? That's how you are. That's what you should be doing.
Wow.
That's what my mom told me. Say, go and do mass comm. And all the schools I wrote for polytechnics, for universities, they were exactly what I did, and I got all the admissions. I had to choose, I mean, so that underscores the importance of, like, as a parent, kind of knowing. She didn't force me. Everybody was suggesting, she didn't force me. She just told me, this is what I think you should do. Those people on TV, this is exactly how you are. You'll be good on it. And then I just chose it.
And now, yes, Chichi.
He's on TV. Let's clap for your mom.
No, we've got
so these are actually, as well as the positive effect that this guidance actually still instill the advantage.
So it's guidance. Don't
compel them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's we are already out of time. So let's get your final advice, final words to parents out there on this issue.
Well, it will still be a wrap up from everything I've been saying.
Yeah.
Don't think you own any child. It's for God. God gave them to you. Always return back to the Maker about them. Always return back to the Maker.
This instills
very like a total different perspective on things. I know a lot of persons, maybe our viewers will be expecting to hear, this, I did number one. This, but then they got factor, because
factors is vary from country to country, time to time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you bond with them, always take them, and also make sure you brought them all spiritually. Once they are sound spiritually, they'll be able to connect with you spiritually about decision. What you are saying, they'll be able to see. Don't force them to do any course. You will regret it. I'm a lawyer. You must be a lawyer. I'm an engineer. I almost made that mistake. I almost made my damn mistake. But God saved me. They are all doing medical courses now. So let's just allow God to be in control of them.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where we're going to draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. We want to say thank you so much for joining us today. But remember, take care of your kids. Make sure they go in the way they're supposed to go, because their future is very important. It's generation after generation. And we want to thank Engineer Ajibola Femi, Olufemi. Oluwafemi. The one I know is AKA Mr. Breaker.
I think after
he used to be an entertainer in those days. So that's the one I know. I almost said Mr. Breaker, so thank you so much, Mr. Breaker. Oh, I said it. Okay, so we hope to come again same time next week. And remember to send in your nominations. All the information, they are right there. And we're going to put it up for you to nominate someone for this Christmas. So the person can be blessed on Mama Helen and you for the Mama Helen and you Christmas surprise. And remember to place your adverts on the show and to sponsor the show. We look forward to that, because we want the show to go on for your enjoyment and for your information. I am Chichi Mwabo.
And I am Boye Mark Anthony. And please do not forget, like what we just said now and what Chichi just said, the giveaway. It's important. It's important that you nominate somebody. It is important that you be a blessing as well to someone. Yeah, don't think about yourself. It's the season of love. It's December. It's Christmas season. You get me? So do not think of yourself alone. Just ensure details are on the screen as well, and then probably and the advert is going to roll much later as well on ABN TV, and then just make sure you send me your details as well to ABN TV Africa. Send in those nominations, the name and the contact persons as well. Very important, very important. All right, and that's all we can take for the show. And from Chichi and I, it's bye for now.
I added the good.
This Christmas, something special is happening like you've never seen it before. It's the Mama Helen and You Christmas surprise. Mama Helen is gonna do a giveaway for Christmas on the Mama Helen and You TV show. If you know anyone who needs help, recommend or nominate them by telling us about them and what they're going through, and also why they need help. One thing to note, make sure you tell us how we can reach them. You can reach us by text message on 091-505-76013 or 080-654-95591. You can also send us an email on abntvafrica@gmail.com. Help us reach out to someone around you this Christmas. This Christmas, something special is happening